Ta-da! Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is Gala again and I'm really happy to see you at my channel again. Please subscribe. So the subject today is gonna be vintage bags. Why? How? What for?
Surprise, surprise.
Vintage.
I know, it's a weird word. I mean, not the word itself, but the meaning. Sometimes when we hear this word, we imagine something old, dirty, used, something that we have found on the flea market, and something that we actually like, but it's not in fashion anymore, but it was cheap, so we have decided to buy it. No, it's not right. It's a prejudice about vintage.
Why?
Why? First things first. As a girl who grew up in the Soviet Union in a full lack of everything, I can tell you that we had been buying clothes in the second hand, but my mom was resewing them. It was the only option for us to have something unique and not like everybody. Because if you go to the market, you buy the things that everybody has. And you don't look unique and exclusive. You just look like everybody around you. So to look unique, you need to find a way. So I have been in this subject for quite long, since my childhood, but as my preferences have been changing as I was growing up and I started working, I started being able to afford myself luxury things, more expensive things, things of the better quality, and I could afford buying different brands and to choose better quality, and all that journey until what I have now and what I live now, where I can actually buy almost everything I want except for Hermes. Unfortunately, I still cannot afford it, but I hope I will do it very soon. The things that are actually happening in the modern fashion is that fashion is trying to move from the fast fashion, where Zara, Bershka, and all this mass market brands are producing 100 collections per year, to the slow fashion. The concept is that to produce less. The thing is that we have produced so many things that we are not even using all of them.
And I have nothing to wear.
Huh?
The high fashion brands are also conscious about that. First. Second, brands are repeating and repeating and repeating and trying to repeat something that has been already done. I mean, the bicycle, you cannot invent it. It's been done already. The same thing with the Gucci Jackie. You cannot invent it. It's been done. Jackie Kennedy was wearing it. It was her favorite bag ever. The only thing that Alessandro Michele could do is reinvent it, renew it. But what makes me really sad is that when I open the Instagram, I see every influencer with this bag, and I don't want it anymore.
Why?
Why? I cannot afford it. No, I can. But it's not making me happy to be as everybody else around. So what I have to do, I have to turn back and look for something more exclusive. Where? In vintage. We all tend to be exclusive. We all tend to be ourselves. And when we love ourselves and understand ourselves, I think we want to give the better things to us.
It's like The Sopranos.
So I have made this decision to make my own collection of vintage bags that I really love, and I'm gonna show them today to you. Classic vintage bags. Vintage, I remind that it's something that 20 years older, okay? Maybe less, okay, we can say 15. But it's not the collections of the last 5-7 years, for sure. So the first bag I'm gonna show you, it's Alma. I do love the name of this bag. I actually treat every item that I have as a human. Alma in Spanish is soul. So I do love this bag because of its beautiful red color. And I do love this golden Louis Vuitton, little golden Louis Vuitton letters. I actually think that we don't have to have million brand bags, because when we do have them, we stop treasuring them. We should really choose what precisely we like and choose the collection. So then in this collection, we treasure every item we have, okay? So the Alma, it doesn't have a long handle, it has only a short handle, but I love it so much and I find it so sophisticated and so feminine. So I'm gonna try to show you a little bit by moving the camera this way. Thick, 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 thick. For me, its shape is really perfect. And the epi leather is eternal. And actually, what I do love about vintage bags is that they start losing a little bit the color of the details, but still it gives them such a real life glam. They look like they are real, you know, like they are human. People get old and the bags get old, and still we should love them. So it's one of my favorite, actually. Alma, I do love her so much. Next one. So this bag is really a real treasure. It's a little Gucci. And does it remind you something? The shape. They have re-edited the same. The Prada has re-edited the bag with exactly the same shape, which is here longer and it goes like a triangle here. It's a classic Gucci monogram from the Tom Ford period of the 2000s. I adore it. I adore it that it's really short. It's like a small baguette. It's laqué. I don't know how to say it in English well. In French it's laqué. And it doesn't have, it's not shouting. It's so, how you say it, laconic. It's very silent. I would call this bag really silent, but still very elegant. I was doubting if I buy it because it was not cheap for such a little bag. But now when I wear it, I find it so unique. And it feels like, you know, when I see that Prada has re-edited the shape that was actually done like 15 years ago, when I see it, I feel like, oh my God, girls from the Instagram, I am wearing the first edition and you are wearing the second edition. So it makes me feel more special. And as I already mentioned, it's about loving myself. The next one is Gucci, everything about Gucci. I have watched today an amazing interview with a woman that really inspires me so much, Karine Rootveld. She inspires me not just because of her style. I do really love her style. Her style is like Anna Wintour's style. She knows herself, and this is her style. I love her charisma. I love the way that it's really, it feels that this woman knows how to say no. She knows how to say what she wants, and she has her voice. And for women, it's really important to have the voice. So she was saying that there was a question, if there's friendship in the hypocrisy of the fashion world, and she said, well, I'm a friend of Tom Ford, and for so many years we're friends, and like fashion has nothing to do with being friends with good people. So since I was a child, I adore everything that Tom Ford was doing. I think that Tom Ford, it's about an absolute femininity. It's so feminine and so sexy and so elegant and so sensual what he's doing, and it's so daring and so brave that I couldn't resist and not buy this thing. It's a classic Tom Ford era bag, yes, with a horse bead. What I love about this bag, first, perfect condition. Perfect, like this bag is perfectly perfect. There's nothing in this bag that is not okay. Second thing is that you can make of it a clutch. and it's a clutch. It has a classic Gucci monogram. If you see it closer. And inside, it's leather. In 2000, I remember my mom's friend was bringing Vogue and Harper's Bazaar from Moscow because in Ukraine they were not still being edited. And I saw these pictures from the campaigns and I was dreaming that, oh my God, maybe one day I'm gonna have this bag. And this day is now. So the next one is also Gucci. Gucci, Jackie, but flap. Jackie usually is not the flap one. It has the zip here, but this Jackie has a flap. As they re-edited it, everything is the same, only the locker is different. This one is older, the new one is a round locker. The bag is unique. You're not gonna see it on the 100 influencers like at all, because it's gonna be something that has history. It has the vibe of Tom Ford. And also, I would like to mention about small scratches. On the vintage bags, you can often find small scratches, okay? What is important about vintage bag is that, what I can say. First is metallic details. They should be in a really, really good condition because you cannot change them. Also in Gucci, it's printed here, Gucci, in a really, really small, but it's written here Gucci, and if you change it on something, it's not going to be a Gucci anymore, and actually it loses its value and its spiritual value, I would say. The second thing is the inner part. It should be really in a very good condition because it's much harder to fix the inner problems than outside. My next treasure is actually my guilty pleasure. It's not the bag that I'm gonna wear because I don't really like big bags. But it's a bamboo. There's nothing better than a laconic, simple, silent Gucci monogram. The angles are perfect. It has this brown and beige color combination and this handle with the bamboo. I think it's amazing. I think it's so sexy. I think it's so daring. And I think it's so Gucci.
Gucci.
Is this concept when you combine something that cannot be combined. It's so brave. I adore it. So that's it. So I have showed you my 4 best Gucci friends. This one doesn't have a... And I love all of them. And when I wear them, I feel really unique and not like everybody. And actually, if you ask me, could I change this one for a new Dionysus model? No, because Dionysus, everybody knows it. And this one is eye-capturing. I really recommend you to look at the vintage because vintage market is going to grow in the price and it's really a good investment, but you should precisely choose a model you want and you should precisely look for the authentication because there is 2 options. We can authenticate them through the entropy and everybody knows it, but there are also specialists. Like I have a girl in Rome who is checking all the small details and like all the dots, and it makes this process make this bag really more. I have also a few more bags in my collection to show you, but I think this video has become too long. I would say the last thing I would say that luxury is becoming a new mass market, but vintage is becoming a new luxury. Please subscribe and see you soon.